News from Mongolia. Early this year, a 3-day exhibition of Supreme Master Ching Hai's paintings was held in Baganur, Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. The response from the local people to her paintings was overwhelming, and many guests expressed their heartfelt gratitude, love, and admiration towards Supreme Master Ching Hai in the guest book.
News from West Africa. Recently, video seminars about Supreme Master Ching Hai's teachings sparked lively interest in Ghana and the Ivory Coast, the jewels of West Africa. The events were enthusiastically welcomed by the local people, who provided vegetarian food and even offered the local church, St. Paul, as the venue for the seminar.
News from Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association. Special report on Supreme Master Ching Hai's Oceania and Asia Lecture Tour. With the success of the 18-country European Lecture Tour in May and June of 1999, followed by the Middle East and Africa Tour in November and December, Supreme Master Ching Hai was once again invited on a lecture tour entitled Ocean of Love to Oceania and Asia in the countries of New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Nepal, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, and Korea in April and May of 2000. Touched by the compassion and love from Supreme Master Ching Hai, tens of thousands of truth seekers warmly welcomed her to their country to share the Kuan Yin method. Millions of people have sincerely accepted the precious gift of the Kuan Yin method, enriching their lives with the blessings from the Most High.
Following are excerpts from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures on her recent Ocean of Love tour in Oceania and Asia.
No matter what we do for each other, it is the same as we do for ourselves. Because we love each other. That's the essence of life. The essence of life is love. The essence of God, Buddha, of Allah is love. No matter how much a teacher tells us about God, we cannot just understand by listening. So the spiritual friend or a teacher or the guide or a friend have to show us practically, not just theoretically. The light that has been passed on from the Buddha has never died. The light is the essence of our being, is our own Buddha nature. That's how the enlightened saints are ever happy, and they are content within any situation, within any circumstances. Whether they have a lot of possession or not have any possession, they're always happy because they know their true self. All this struggling is nothing at all to us. Once we regain our glory, regain our power again, nothing does matter to us anymore in this physical planet.
We will continue to further report on Supreme Master Ching Hai's Oceania and Asia Lecture Tour in upcoming weeks. Africa, the second largest continent on Earth, is a land filled with mystery and adventure, drawing in millions of admirers with its spectacular wildlife, natural wonders, and breathtaking safaris. From the arid, dry deserts to the lush, verdant valleys to the raging sounds of its majestic waterfalls, Africa is always full of excitement and surprises. As a renowned spiritual teacher, Supreme Master Ching Hai was invited to this land of vast beauty to share her wisdom of the Kuan Yin method to thousands of truth seekers on the Middle East and Africa Lecture Tour. Heaven is only the beginning, in November and December of 1999.
At the same time, Supreme Master Ching Hai was especially honored with an invitation to attend one of the greatest events of the decade, the unification of religions on the same ideals of peace and love at the World Parliament of Religion in Cape Town. In the host country, due to popular requests and invitations, Supreme Master Ching Hai gave 4 lectures in various cities in South Africa: Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town. During her visit, many local media, including newspapers, magazines, and television stations, continuously published articles and aired news clips regarding the world's greatest spiritual leader. At the conclusion of her last lecture at the World Parliament of Religion, Supreme Master Ching Hai granted 2 interview requests by South Africa's largest television stations, SABC1 and SABC2.
We now invite you to join us on a journey of self-discovery, a sojourn to the greatest kingdom, the path to a noble life, through this excerpt from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lecture entitled The Mercy of God on November 27, 1999 in Cape Town, South Africa.
Welcome everyone to Cape Town, the most favorite in Africa, most favorite city. So every one of us know that we do not live here very long. We do not stay here very long. But the worldly demand, the survival struggle have always tried to make us forget what we are here for, and have always tried to make us forget that we will not be here very long at all. Anyhow, all of us will leave this physical world one day, but not all of us prepared for that final departure. And that's why most of us are feeling uneasy and very fearful of that day, even though some of us are very young still, like me, already worry about the fearful day of departure. That is because we have not prepared for the day that we depart from this world. Because only when we learn how to die and face death squarely, then we will not be afraid anymore of the unknown. Because once we die, it's just like we're living now, except much, much better condition. We're more free. We can move anywhere at the speed of faster than light. We can have anything we want in an instant, and we are freer than the bird, and we can have access to God anytime, because we will be one with God. But that is if we're prepared for it, because our thought is very powerful. Death should be celebrated, not mourned for, because that is our final liberation. Nothing can touch us anymore. Nothing can harm us. Nothing can cover us anymore. We will know everything. We will be into everything. We'll be anywhere as a fraction of seconds. We have everything that we wish for come true immediately. But in order to prepare for a higher reward than just this, we should learn the art of mastery of our own destiny, of our own future, create our own heaven, prepare our own future, and do not let the atmosphere of other people or the karma of other people influence us and drag us here and there like a slave or like a dog. Because we are the essence of God. We have God power within us, whether we are aware of it or not. So our thought is practically very, very powerful. If during our lifetime we have been brainwashed into believing that we are sinners, that we are a wretch, that we are unredeemable, that we are not worth the love of God, that we will go to hell, and then we have been described how terrible hell is, etc., etc. Then at the time of death, if we believe in that, we will go to the so-called hell, even though hell doesn't exist. We create, or other people create for us. Therefore, in order to free ourselves, we have to be acquainted ourselves again with the true teaching of all the masters since ancient time. That teaching is God or Buddha or Allah is ever merciful. And we are the children of this highest power. And we will be forever loved, forgiven, and helped in any way possible in this life and the life after. There is no such thing as damnation or hell or revenge from God. Because even if our mortal parents love us and forgive us time again and again, our godfather or godmother would be even infinite time more forgiving, more loving. Doesn't matter what mistake we make, God can always repair. So He would never condemn us or punish us in any way that we have been made to believe. You should always tell yourself and remember that God is merciful. You must remember something noble like that we are the sons and daughters of God, that we can never be anything lower than that, though nothing at all could harm us. This is the thought should be ingrained in your mind. Like this, you will not fear the angel of death, because he doesn't really exist. It exists because we created him, because we believe in him during our lifetime. So he manifests. Whatever you wish shall be given unto you. Knock and it shall be opened. Ask and it shall be given. We have nothing but God within, without us. We are nothing but God's essence. There's nowhere else we could go but within God's embrace, every time, 24 hours. We are separated from God because of our thinking, because of our deep-rooted belief that we are mere mortal. In order to remember this, that we are God again, we must train ourselves backward again. The way we have trained ourselves to think separate from God, we have to retrain in the opposite direction. And we will do that until finally it becomes automatic. And then because we contact God every day through our diligent and pure intention of practice, we will know for sure that we are one with God. So at the time of departure, there's nothing but God surround us, or heavenly beings that come and greet us to the higher dimension of love. Some of the deaf people do not see this phenomena. Even though Jesus stands by, Buddha is near, they would not see this. Also, they would not realize that they could manifest anything at will, that they have the power of creativity in their hand, especially after leaving this physical body. The whole power will be given, will be returned to us again. Not returned, but then without the hindrance of this physical body, we will be all powerful again. Just like the day we were with God, just like the day we have not descended into this world. For those who have learned the secret of the universe, who have learned the power of creativity, who have learned to be one with the universal, mighty power, they know everything. Before they die and after they die, they are the master of their own destiny, anywhere, now and after. If we do not train ourselves now, at the time of death, it will be too late. Whatever we did in this lifetime will ingrain impression in our thinking, and when we die, we bring it with us. So if we want to erase that, we must do some deep contemplation, deep purification. We can call that meditation, contemplation, deep prayers. But we must do it correctly. So when we die without preparing, without meditation on positive power, without connection with God's power, the negative thinking that we have during a lifetime will overwhelm us and take us to unpleasant places. And that's why people say there is hell. That's why we have to choose a little time span during our busy schedule to be quietly alone with ourselves, with God. At that time, we can concentrate our power of thinking, then we can correct the habit of our thought and make it positive. And day by day like this, we will become the son of heaven again, as it really is. That's why we should meditate every day, not just after initiation, because after initiation you're liberated already. You are a free man. You really are a free man. No one can touch you anymore. But in order to have a smoother life here and to enjoy heaven while we are still breathing, in order to remember, retrain ourselves into the Prince of Heaven, we must remind ourselves every day, because we are the Master. We are the children of the ocean of love of God. We have dignity. We should walk like a God. We should act like a God. We should think like a God.
On May 14, 2000, a grand celebration was held in Korea for Supreme Master Ching Hai's birthday and to honor all mothers on Mother's Day. Thousands of people from all around the world attended this joyous event, including people from mainland China, Vietnam, the United States, Taiwan, Poland, Australia, Scotland, Germany, Switzerland, South Africa, Singapore, along with many other countries, which brought along the traditional national dances to dedicate to Supreme Master Ching Hai. Please enjoy the following excerpts of the performances from Taiwan and the United States, performed on May 14, 2000 at the Yongdong Center in Korea for Supreme Master Ching Hai's birthday.
好远美丽的家，美丽的花儿，美丽的她，更了我一路的百灵鸟呀。我的心是真还是假？你替我告诉她。
Thank you for joining us for today's program, A Journey Through Aesthetic Realms. We wish you and your families a wonderful weekend.
Love me as you've never loved anyone. Love me.
Singer Sifu passed away on July 19, 2000 at UCI Hospital in Orange County. Supreme Master Qinghai International Association and the television program, A Journey Through Aesthetic Realms, would like to extend our condolences to singer Sifu's family and relatives. May his soul rest in eternal happiness. With our deepest sympathy, Supreme Master Qinghai International Association, Entertainment Department, Los Angeles.
News from Tainan, Formosa. Early this year, the Tainan Center in Tainan, Formosa conducted 2 spiritual seminars at the Tainan Prison and the Tainan Detention Center. All of the participating inmates and residents learned the convenient method of meditation.
News from Supreme Master Qinghai International Association. Special report on Supreme Master Qinghai's Oceania and Asia Lecture Tour. With the success of the 18-country European Lecture Tour in May and June of 1999, followed by the Middle East and Africa Tour in November and December, Supreme Master Qinghai was once again invited on a lecture tour entitled Ocean of Love to Oceania and Asia in the countries of New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Nepal, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, and Korea in April and May of 2000. Touched by the compassion and love from Supreme Master Qinghai, tens of thousands of truth seekers warmly welcomed her to their country to share the Kuan Yin method. Millions of people have sincerely accepted the precious gift of the Kuan Yin method, enriching their lives with the blessings from the Most High.
Following are excerpts from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures on her recent Ocean of Love tour in Oceania and Asia.
我因为自己抓到了，抓到那个他藏起来那边那个所谓的佛性，自己知道抓到了以后多快乐多利益，所以不管路途遥远回来告诉大家。 不是说有什么别的目的。If we practice the Kuan Yin method, we can already see death even while living. We can die daily, so that we can leave the physical body behind temporarily and go to different dimensions to learn some different things. That's how our practitioners' life is better and better every day, clearer and clearer, happier and happier. Pay attention to the inward nature of ourselves. Pay attention to the Buddha nature, which is always within us, inborn, never die. Then we become Buddha. I don't consider myself the Buddha. I know I am the Buddha. And I know you are also the Buddha. The question is not whether I am a Buddha or not. You want to know that you are the Buddha or not. And then I can help you.
We will continue to further report on Supreme Master Ching Hai's Oceania and Asia lecture tour in upcoming weeks.
Nearing the completion of her Middle East and African lecture tour, entitled Heaven is Only the Beginning, Supreme Master Ching Hai was then invited to come to South Africa as an honorary guest in the prestigious World Parliament of Religion. Touched by their sincere invitation and always ready to serve humankind in their quest for truth, Supreme Master Ching Hai arrived in South Africa last November 1999. Upon hearing that Supreme Master Ching Hai was coming to South Africa, the local South Africans requested that Master Ching Hai share her knowledge of the truth and the Kuan Yin method. Sensing their sincere yearnings and thirst for spiritual development, Supreme Master Ching Hai accepted the invitations of the local people and gave 3 lectures in Johannesburg, Durban, and Cape Town, aside from the lecture at the World Parliament of Religion in Cape Town.
At the same time, due to the many longings and sincere requests from disciples worldwide to have international gatherings to pray for world peace, Supreme Master Ching Hai compassionately granted a 3-day international retreat in Cape Town before her talk at the World Parliament of Religion. Thousands of people from all over the world hastened to the most beautiful city in South Africa with eagerness and anticipation to participate in this grand prayer for world peace. At the commencement of the retreat, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared her words of wisdom and ancient knowledge in a lecture entitled The Matriarchal System. We now invite you to join us on a journey of self-discovery, a sojourn to the greatest kingdom, the path to a noble life through this excerpt from Supreme Master Ching Hai's lecture, The Matriarchal System, on November 28, 1999.
Long time ago, men and women were very content to live alongside each other and doing whatever naturally come to them. For example, woman is more delicate and more brainy, so they take care of some intellectual issue. And man is more muscular, strong, protective. They work together fine, fine. and there were no problem at all, and the world was in a much better shape. Not talk about physical comfort, only spiritually speaking and emotionally speaking, the world had been at that time a better place to live. Yes, because a woman ruled with more common sense and love. A woman was a symbol of love, and they still are. In the beginning, everybody thought of God as a mother, because it is very simple. Woman bears kids, yeah, give birth to children. So naturally, for us, all of us, to think that our God is a mother. But some of the men begin to feel frustrated, and so they want to rule, yes. And they begin to inch their way into power by different means. And then finally they succeeded. And ever since then, they have waged war against women, trying so hard to tell women that they are bad, they are inferior, and cannot do much. They could not even become Buddha, for example. Even in Buddhahood, they stand superior. Women are more capable of enduring than men, enduring hardship, enduring, difficult situation, and can think of solution better than many men. They are just born like that. And men are born more strong and protective, giving. Yes, each one is different, that's all. And then we in turn can become man or woman again and again. It doesn't mean that, okay, this special race have been woman forever, and this special race will be men forever. So there's no need to say, oh, woman better than man, man better than woman. Whenever you are born in a body of a man, you are like this. And whenever you are born into a body of a woman, then you become like that. So you will take turn to exercise the power of intellect or the power of the muscle. So actually, we are all us, man or woman. It's just the ego comes in between. The male's ego came in between, now as well as the old time. The man being so strong, protective, and muscular, feeling bad when a small woman tell him what to do. Feeling that he should be telling her what to do. But he could not. Because he couldn't do two things at once. He couldn't do too many things at once. Somebody must organize, and somebody must carry out the orders. That would be better like that, only. Yeah. So the woman being lacking of physical strength, she would be more concentrated on the thinking process. Therefore, she came up with more good ideas. Yeah. And men who are busy moving objects, yeah, building houses, protecting the children, fighting with the bears and the tigers. Of course, they don't have time to think, yeah? So they do not develop much in that area. God makes men and women different for different jobs. It's just that we do it opposite way, we make use of our weakness now instead of strength. Woman weakness is muscle. Man weakness is intellect and patience. But now men make use of their intellect and patience to rule the world, and women try to use the muscle now to go out and work, yeah, and compete with men. So our world, of course, cannot be the way it should be. Now, why is that? Since men ruled, things become different. It's not only the physical change of our world and planet. It is the intention, it is the thinking process that has been changed as well. The mother goddess became a father god. The father is a stern father, who punish, who make rules, and who give precepts and commandments, and who create hell, and the way father. Oops. The way men are. Yes, men are more strict, yeah, more stern. They ruled more than they ruled, more than they teach, more than they encourage. And women more tolerant, more teaching, more encouraging. It's a thinking that changed everything, because as we know already, what we think we will get sooner or later. Because everything else, everything is created by the thinking only, because we are God. God wanted, so it will be. Yeah? God think, therefore it manifests. This is stated so in every Bible. Now the thinking process has been changed dramatically, because men want to rule the world the way they want, and they have tried to change gradually over hundreds or thousands of years to make it become a male society. So they try many ways to press the woman down and make them feel inferior, to the extent that women today believe so. Many women still believe that they are inferior to men, and even they include it in all the religions. They make sure to add this kind of inferiority complex to women, using a religion to put them down. And because of this thinking, this detrimental thinking, that our world has degraded from the golden age to the state that we are experiencing now. Instead of looking down upon women or suppressing women, our society should encourage, should make use of their talent, their intelligent powers, and their love, the limitless strength of love from the woman, in order to take care of this planet. Then our world would have been much, much more a better place to live. Since the change of the system, political system, we always believe more in a male God. And since then we degrade, because we have lost the belief in eternally loving God. And what we believe, we get. See, we believe in a punishing God. We believe in hell after life. We believe in sin, and we believe in intolerant God. It has not been like that before. God has made us human. God has let us ascend into this world to do whatever we do, to learn to become God again, to learn to appreciate God again. Because in this physical world, in this physical body, we become powerless. We already very helpless. We already suffer enough. So there should not be no more punishment, no more killing of each other, no more abusing of each other, mental and emotional aspect anymore. Nothing should be worse than already being in the physical body and struggle for survival. But since we change the system, we change the belief as well. The more people fear, the more all of this negative thinking congregate together, the bigger the devil become. He has more power, even though he didn't exist at all in the beginning. And everybody then have a devil now, alongside with God. Yeah, it was a necessary figure to control, to have the physical power in this planet. So you see, that's how we have lost heaven. That's how it has been so difficult to go back to paradise again. Anytime we believe that there is a devil, that is the time we forsake God. Every time we believe that we are guilty, we're going to be punished, at that time we have forsaken God. Anytime we think that anything God has created is dirty, filthy, including sex, at that time we forsake God. Understand? I don't mean sex in the sense of abusive, but I mean in a way that two people love each other. Yeah? But you have been taught that even that is bad. Just for control. because it's the most powerful experience of humankind. So they make it bad so that they can control people. To make this world into a paradise again is not an easy task. But at least now we know what's wrong. Between us, among us, we can change that. The women should look upon themselves as goddess, as the guidance of the family. The man should look upon himself as the protector of the weak, of their loved ones, and not feeling inferior about his inability to think in minute details the way women do. And the woman should not be made to fear man because of his muscular strength, but to love him, also to protect him with her love, to protect his emotion, to protect his feeling, to love him, to make him feel a man that he is. And we are both a human being. We are both intelligent, we are both wise and strong in different ways. And we should work alongside each other instead of compete with each other for supremacy, like some of the family do. The present doesn't matter how bad, how we could change, because we have the free will to change the future.
On May 14, 2000, a grand celebration was held in Korea for Supreme Master Ching Hai's birthday and to honor all mothers on Mother's Day. Thousands of people from all around the world attended this joyous event, including people from mainland China, Vietnam, the United States, Taiwan, Poland, Australia, Scotland, Germany, Switzerland, South Africa, Singapore, along with many other countries, which brought along the traditional national dances to dedicate to Supreme Master Ching Hai. Please enjoy the following excerpts of the performances performed on May 14, 2000 at the Yongdong Center in Korea for Supreme Master Ching Hai's birthday.
Thank you for joining us for today's program, A Journey Through Aesthetic Realms. We wish you and your families a wonderful weekend.